fascist, religious extremists who claim to value life but want to undermine women and make us and reduce us to baby-making machines.
Our choice! Our choice! Our choice! Our choice! Whose body? Our body! Whose body?
Why are you putting the ban down?
For abortion on demand without apology.
Activists nationwide and right here in Southern California gathering to speak out for abortion rights.
CBS 2's Michelle Geely shows us one of the biggest local rallies that took place today.
Women and men passionate about choice and abortion rights marched up Hollywood Boulevard Saturday afternoon.
What if here is where the line is drawn?
The group Rise Up for Abortion Rights held protests in several cities across the nation, including LA. They set up in the heart of Hollywood to spread the word about what they call the erosion of reproductive rights and potential criminalization of abortion in many states.
It's actually shocking because I'm from Mexico, so we kind of see the United States as a more progressive society, especially California.
All eyes are on an upcoming Supreme Court ruling regarding abortion. Mississippi passed a law prohibiting abortions after the 15th week of pregnancy. A court ruled it was unconstitutional. An appeal is now before the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court is currently deliberating on a case, Dobbs v. Jackson, in which they were explicitly asked to overturn Roe versus Wade. This decision is about to come down in either late May or early June.
Hey, this is Pete on the street. I'm with the RNL, the Revolution Nothing Less show. What you just saw was footage from protests for abortion rights on April 9th in LA and New York City. This was a taste of the rage, joy, defiance, and determination of people who took to the streets in 12 cities nationwide as part of protests called by RiseUpForAbortionRights.org.
Free. Stand up, fight back! When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! Our bodies, our lives, our right to decide!
The message of these protests was clear. The U.S. Supreme Court is poised to take away women's right to abortion this spring. Only the people can stop this. What really stood out about these protests was the youth, who were filled with a lot of fury, heart, and substance, full of passion and certitude, struggling for others to act. We want to show you some of what they had to say, as well as the voices of other leaders in this movement.
My name is Bayla Kraus. I'm a student and youth organizer with Rise Up for Abortion Rights. I am 15 years old, and I am furious. I am angry at the state of the world that has been left to my generation. Currently, the Supreme Court is poised to strip people with uteruses of their constitutional right to an abortion. And you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to fight back.
I'm a student and I am so happy that we're in this fight together. What is happening right now is a stripping of autonomy. It is dehumanizing and frankly, it is terrifying.
Yeah.
Today we are here because we fundamentally understand something. Congress has let us down. The Republican Party has let us down. The Democrats have let us down. No one seems to understand the weight that these Supreme Court decisions genuinely hold. Texas, Oklahoma, Idaho, Arizona, Indiana, South Dakota, Wyoming, Florida. This is an emergency and has been left up to us to fight, to speak up, and to take it to the fucking streets.
Joining this fight for me as a woman was a no-brainer, but a lot of women in our community would beg to differ. They say it's the fault of the woman for not using protection. They say it's the woman's fault for opening her legs in the first place. They say, what does it have to do with us? Abortion rights is a white women's issue. Well, I'm here today bringing you history, statistics, and a call to act. The statistics behind sexual assault and unwanted sexual coercion in black women of middle class and poor communities sits at an alarming and uncomfortably high percentage. 1 in 4 black girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18. 1 in 5 black women are survivors of sexual assault. The institutional pattern of rape in black women was well established before the newly enslaved Africans reached the Americas. During the transatlantic voyage, crew members routinely raped and impregnated black women. In preparation for sale, enslaved women were stripped naked and placed on auction blocks. African American women's economic value was dependent upon their ability to reproduce healthy offspring, which could be sold to increase the slave owner's wealth. We will not allow the enslavement and repeated use of our bodies as sex objects and incubators, as it was in history, to be repeated again. We have the opportunity to act now and make a difference right now. Nothing will change if we don't stand up and fight back. It is up to us to continue that fight so we can ensure a better present and future for ourselves, our children, our children's children. If you don't want kids, your nephews, your nieces, your cousins, let's get together and get in the streets right now. Fuck the court and the legislature. Women are not incubators. The court and the legislature. Women are not incubators.
My name is Anna, and I am 16 years old. And I fucking hate that the Supreme Court wants to decimate Roe versus Wade. We need everyone to understand that when an abortion is illegal, women die. Women should be able to do what they want with their bodies. The United States should look like the people in Latin America who raised the green in mass numbers, creating a green wave. When I saw this image, this one, of the countless number of people in places like Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, I thought it was the most beautiful image I have ever seen, and I want the U.S. to look the same.
And we can do this because we have right on our side. We are standing for the interests of millions and millions of women and girls, whether they know it yet or not. And we can do this because there is a suppressed fury, a rage that is deep in the hearts of women across this country and around this world, at thousands and thousands of years of patriarchal chains, of brutality and control, of enslavement and shame. And there is a fury that can be woken up and aroused as these chains of oppression are being tightened yet again. But that will not be woken up if we don't go out and mobilize it and act on our fury and act with courage and put it on the line, and that is what we must do.
And if you think the pill will save us, it won't. Because the abortion refugees from Texas who went to Oklahoma in droves are now stopped in Oklahoma because they just passed the most draconian ban possible. So now what we're looking at is a world where women are going to be second-class citizens, if anything. They will not have control over their reproduction, and they will be forced into unwanted motherhood. And I say that's a form of slavery.
When the news broke that the Supreme Court was allowing Texas to maintain a near total ban on abortion, and hear the case of Dobbs v. Jackson that explicitly asks for the overturn of Roe versus Wade, the initiators of Rise Up for Abortion Rights were disheartened to learn that the leaders of the pro-choice movement decided that their strategy was to sit down, be quiet, and prepare for a post-Roe world. So donate to abortion funds and spread the word about the abortion pill. A strategy that is not only being blocked by stricter bans, that seek to criminalize women who cross state lines for an abortion and seeks to end the distribution of the pill, but allows on a federal level politicians the right to deny women's humanity, reducing them down to subhuman incubators with no rights to their own bodies and no say in who gets to use their parts. This is female enslavement that has been allowed by our silence.
No more shame, no more silence. Forced motherhood is fascist violence.
This movement of Christian fascists that want to govern society according to their interpretation of the Bible, this movement has never been about babies. It has always been about controlling women, their sexuality, their aspirations, their minds, and their bodies. That is what this movement is about.
You're carrying a sign. You're carrying a sign that says the future. Yeah.
It's her choice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the future is anti-abortion.
Okay, it's her body, her choice.
Oh yeah.
I did buy me a drink.
I had an abortion and I'm proud.
Here in LA, people brought their friends, their neighbors, and their kids. I interviewed some of them. People spoke to what compelled them to come.
Well, what compelled me to come out here is I'm not going to be a slave to men. And that's it. That's just it. That's it. Nothing else.
As a non-binary person, I believe it's important for access to abortion for everyone without shame, without silence.
I believe they got it is their body, it is their lives. They got the right to do what they want to with their life. It ain't our choice, it ain't my choice, it ain't your choice. It's their choice, it's their body. They get the right to say what they want to do with their bodies. If they want a child, if they do want a child, that's her body. Let her have her choice. Why is this important?
Well, I myself had an abortion, so it is very important to me because if I didn't have the right circumstances to to be a mother, so it really saved my life in many ways. So I just wish the same rights for every other woman in the world.
Why are you out here?
I'm here because I want to get rid of the stigma of abortion, and I believe that it's a woman's right, not the government, and to decide what to do with their bodies. And I'm here for my kids and for the other women around me.
So again, this is Pete on the Street. This was my report. See you in the streets.
Abortion is a human right. Abortion is a human right.